Before we start generating the unit test, let's quickly talk about why controller unit tests are important in a Spring Boot application. In Spring Boot, controllers are responsible for handling incoming HTTP requests, validating request data, calling the service layer, and returning the correct HTTP response back to the client. So, when writing unit tests for a controller, the main goal is not to test the database or the full application flow. Instead, we focus on verifying the controller behavior in isolation. For example, if we take a pet controller, it exposes a few API endpoints for handling pet related operations like getting a pet, creating a new pet, updating a pet, and finally deleting a pet. Now, when writing unit test for a controller like this, we are not really trying to test the full application or the database. The main focus is just to verify that the controller behaves correctly. So things we normally test are whether the endpoint is working correctly, whether the request data is handling properly, whether the correct service methods get called, and API returns the expected response and status codes. For example, for the get endpoint, we would check if passing a pet ID correctly returns the pet data. Usually in controller unit test, we mock the service layer using Mockito because we only want to test the controller itself, not the actual business logic or database calls. And in Spring Boot, MockMvc is commonly used to simulate a real HTTP request without starting the full server. So overall, controller unit testing is mainly about checking that the API layer behaves correctly and that all the request and response handling works as expected. So our next step is to ask an AI client to generate the unit test for this controller class. Let's see how accurately the AI can generate tests for this pet controller and how much manual effort we can actually reduce by using AI assisted tests.